In tonight's show, Windsor women helping women. Even clothing deserves a second chance. And Rick Mercer reports from Holy Names. These stories and more on MediaPlex News Now.
Good evening, I'm Simar Kalr and you're watching MediaPlex News Now. Behind every successful woman is a group of empowered women. Here's one organization's effort to show the power of helping one another. Mariam Farag brings us the story.
In honor of International Women's Day, Women's Economic Forum has held an event focusing on women helping women. Janine Draper, board director of Women Economic Forum, said she was happy to see over 30 women who came to be more educated on this topic.
It's about supporting one another and therefore empowering. So you get women from all different backgrounds. We have entrepreneurs, we have professionals, we have students, we have actually women that are stay-at-home moms who are looking for an evening out with like-minded women. We get a wide variety, and it's all about supporting one another, and no matter what they're doing, and just trying to help one another and coach one another.
81-year-old Jane Buttery, owner, author, and speaker at True Light Books, was the guest speaker at the event. Buttery enlightened the audience on her efforts of helping and empowering women around the world. A recent visit in late October to Uganda showed her the need to help teen girls in Uganda stay in school.
The advice that I gave when I was in Kampala is get an education. It will last you your whole lifetime. Enjoy meeting people, because that's what God put us here for, to help each other. And I think that's my aim in life, to help others who are a little bit behind and need that encouragement and advice.
For MediaPlex News, I'm Mariam Farag.
Speaking of empowering each other, here's a group of women helping the less fortunate, one shoebox at a time. Kylie Turner reports.
The Windsor Shoebox Project held its first shoebox drive in Windsor for International Women's Day. The Shoebox Project collects and distributes gifts in the form of shoeboxes valued at $50. These shoeboxes are given to women who are homeless or close to experiencing homelessness in communities across Canada and the United States. The Windsor Shoebox Project is new to Windsor, thanks to the local coordinator, Farah Hartwell. Hartwell is also a social work student at St. Clair College.
Well, in December, I started inquiring about the application, and then I got it and got accepted at the end of January. And starting all of February, I basically promoted it through Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and any social media, and then also through the help of my family and friends, we got a lot of attention for it, and we were able to get more than our goal of 18 shoeboxes. We actually got 19, and it was just pretty amazing that through just word of mouth we were able to get so much contributions and donations. So.
The Welcome Center Shelter for Women and Families was happy to partner with the Windsor Shoebox Project.
What was most exciting about it was that Farah was very receptive to the needs of the shelter. So a lot of people have the common misconception that shoeboxes with encouraging messages or motivational quotes and toiletries are things that are going to make women feel special.
For more information, follow the Windsor Shoebox Project on Facebook. I'm Kylie Turner for MediaPlex News Now.
It's time now for an early look at the weather. Let's head over to Shubhangna Vishwanathan, who is standing by. Shubhangna?
Thank you, Simar. It's April and it's no joke. For a change today, I'm standing here in the studio because it's raining outside and it's 4 degrees Celsius. Overnight, more rain is expected and the temperature will drop down to 2. Stay tuned. I'll be back a little later with your 3-day weather forecast. But for now, back to you, Simar.
Egg hunts are usually reserved for children, but as Katie Panasic reports, dogs were also invited for the search.
It's not your usual egg hunt, as wet noses and wagging tails replace children and Easter bunnies. The National Service Dogs fundraiser took place at Malden Park on Friday to give dogs the opportunity to hunt for treats and prizes alongside their family members. It's a fundraiser to help the offset costs of raising dogs for people with autism, soldiers suffering with post-traumatic stress disorder, and for victims attending court proceedings. Jennifer Thorne and her dog Fritz have done this Easter egg hunt for 5 years.
It's fun to see all the other dogs, and the first time I did it and the gun went off and all the dogs and all the kids were running towards the Easter eggs, it's so funny and it's so much fun and they love it, and I think it's a really good way to promote the National Service Dogs.
As you can see behind me, the dogs are just about ready to go on their Easter egg hunt. This exciting event involves all dogs in the community to get them out and socializing, and it's a wonderful opportunity for people to come out and enjoy an event that's dog friendly. The event brought the crowd of 50 people and their dogs eagerly jumping at the opportunity to participate. For Betsy and Chris D'Annunzio, it's more than a day in the sun with their pooch.
We also have a service dog, yeah. His name is Indiana.
And he works with their son Gabriel.
From MediaPlex News, I'm Katie Panasic.
Even service dogs were on the hunt for Easter eggs this past weekend. Zenda Kelly reports.
The Easter egg hunt for dogs was held last Friday at Malden Park. This is the 20th anniversary of the event, which raises money towards National Service Dogs training of new service and therapy dogs. Ward 3 councillor and Liberal Party nominee Reno Borderland says that he has attended the event for the past 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great fundraiser for, sometimes we don't think about what it means for certain families who need the service dog services. So, these dogs aren't born this way. It takes a lot of time and energy and effort to actually breed and teach the dogs and teach the service dogs to become service dogs.
Marianne Backham is a volunteer with 4 Wheels, 4 Paws, a mobile pet sitting service that came to support the egg hunt and offer information about service animals.
What exactly therapy dogs do and what service dogs do, there is a difference. Therapy dogs are for more emotional support, where service dogs are for an individual purpose, for, let's say, for the blind or for PTSD.
The egg hunt lasted only about a half an hour before all the eggs were collected, leaving well-exercised dogs, owners, and reporters. With more dogs present than can be easily counted, it's clear this egg hunt was a resounding success. For MediaPlex News, Xander Kelly.
How much do you know about your favorite second-hand clothing store in Windsor? Alyssa Leonard has the story.
Resale, consignment, vintage, thrift. Some shop for discounted name brands, others for the thrill of finding unique items, and for some, it's the affordability. One of the most well-known thrift shops is Goodwill. Goodwill is a non-profit social enterprise that offers job training and placement programs for people who would otherwise have trouble finding work. Morgan Gretzky, a former Goodwill employee, had a lot of good things to say.
While I was working there was a man there who was physically disabled. He had a wheelchair and everything, and they were super accommodating. The atmosphere was like they made the accommodations, but otherwise he was, just another worker.
Not all secondhand shops are the same. Thrift stores are not-for-profit and sell donated items. Resale buys your items up front and resells them. And consignment stores sell your items for you. Closet Cravings is an upscale consignment shop located near the border of Tecumseh and Windsor. Owner of Closet Cravings, Lisa Burbanick, has found Facebook to be a great tool for secondhand selling.
We always like to say it's like Christmas morning in here because we never know what we're getting, so we're always surprised by all the items that come in from the different consigners. So we like to showcase that to all of our followers so they can see all the new stuff coming in.
Burbanick said secondhand stores are also helping to keep these perfectly good items out of landfills.
Shopping for clothes, this is the greener way to go. MediaPlex News, I'm Alicia Leonard.
Entrepreneur Mohammed Hussain came by the studio to talk about his new business, Deliver Bay. Christina Chibani sits down with him in this edition of 3 Minutes with.
Hi, I'm Christina Chibani, and on today's 3 Minutes with, I'm here with President and CEO of Deliver Bay, Mohammed Hussain. Hi, Mohammed. How are you?
Nice to meet you, Christina.
Good, thank you. So let's get right into it. Tell us a little bit about Deliver Bay and how it got started.
So it's a great question.
I'm an international student, and about 3 years ago when I was in res, I wanted a can of pop delivered because where I'm from Dubai, and we can get anything delivered to you. So I just wanted a can of pop, and honestly, that's where the idea came from. That yes, there are so many delivery services in Windsor, but nothing like Deliver Bay where you can get anything delivered. And 2 years down the road, 3 years down the road, got a team together, and we ended up starting this project, Deliver Bay, about 2-3 months ago.
Okay, wow. So it basically delivers anything.
We deliver anything. So you could be when we were running for 2 months. We were on a test run, and we got a shovel delivered, a snow shovel, when it was a lot of blizzard down here. About 4 or 5 weeks ago, we got the snow shovel delivered. So it's basically anything delivered. You guys can get anything delivered, yeah.
Oh wow! So being from a small city like Windsor, and we have so many delivery companies. So how does yours stand out?
Like I said, automatically it's just we deliver anything, and there is nothing like that, not just in Windsor, in Canada altogether. That you can get a can of pop delivered, or you can get a shirt from H&M delivered. I mean, there is Uber Eats, there's Just Eats, you must have heard about.
Right.
Can they get you a can of pop delivered?
Okay.
They wouldn't be able to, or any of these other companies. So that's where we stand out, that we're different from all these other delivery companies.
Right. And you said it started in Dubai. So is it now in Windsor, and where else?
No, I'm sorry. We didn't start in Dubai. It's just the lifestyle over there is you guys can get anything delivered. So I just wanted that lifestyle down here. So I ended up opening Deliver Bay and making it into a service. It's for free down in Dubai, where you guys can get anything delivered, right? You ask the grocery or the market or anything you want. But over here we don't have that, so it's just bringing up a service just like Uber or Just Eats, one of these other services, expanding it a little bit more and just making it into anything delivery, making it special.
Right, and you said you're going to Toronto to expand?
Yes, we are soon going to Toronto in about the next 4 months. By June, we will be in Toronto, soft launch in Toronto. In between that, we would be launching in London, Waterloo, all these other cities in between.
Yeah. Okay. What advice do you have for young people who want to start their own business?
Honestly, for myself, I started at the age of 19. And a lot of young people, they look at time like, hey, I don't have time, I have this great idea. A lot of young people have a lot of great ideas, right, but they don't go out and do it. Okay. You just got to do it, just like Nike says, you got to do it. So
okay, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Christina.
And that is for your 3 Minutes With. I'm Christina Shabani.
Let's head back to Shubhangna, who has the details on a 3-day weather forecast. Shubhangna?
It really doesn't seem like spring right now. Seems like that groundhog missed the mark a few weeks ago. Let's take a look at our 3-day weather forecast. Tomorrow, wait for it. Flurries with a high of 2. Thursday, we can expect a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 7. And Friday, once again, a chance of flurries with a high of -2. Yes, I said -2. So stay warm and don't forget your umbrellas. That's it from me from weather. Back to you, Simar.
University of Windsor students spent a night making unforgettable friendships. Juliana Burnett has more.
University of Windsor students celebrated a magical night this past Saturday. Many showed up to the Best Buddies Fairy Tale Ball that took place on Saturday at the St. Angelo's Mercer Hall. Best Buddies is an international organization that helps to create and foster friendships with individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. For many, this was a fun-filled night with Disney music, great food, and award presentations. But for a University of Windsor student, Kyla Dumlau, this event was more than that. Dumlau started her experience with Best Buddies in high school by bringing the chapter to her school. A driving force for Dumlau was to start the Best Buddies chapter in her school because of her sister, Shauna, who has autism.
I was just very driven to create more awareness about people with disabilities, because I feel like, they have so much more to give to us than we honestly do to them. They have a way of just looking at life where it's just they look at life in the moment, and they just really live in the moment and appreciate the little things,
The Best Buddies Fairy Tale Ball celebrated their 4th annual gala, and this year's theme was fairy tale. Asia McCallum said she could not be happier to celebrate such an impactful event.
basically it's kind of like a prom for everybody who didn't get to have it when they were in high school and stuff, and like it's for kids with the disabilities and like mental disabilities as well. So they come here and we pretty much just dance and eat, and we have fundraisers, like we have raffles and stuff.
The Best Buddies Fairy Tale Ball was a magical night filled with laughter, prizes, and a lot of delicious food. I'm Juliana Bonnet with MediaPlex News Now.
Every Thursday night, the LGBTQ+ community gathers at a coffee shop to play board games. Chelsea Gerard has the story.
Hosted by the Windsor Essex Pride Festival, Games Night is bringing the community together through a social program of games and community services. Since October 2017, every Thursday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., the Windsor Sandwich Shop hosts a free Games Night for the LGBTQ+ community. It's an all-inclusive night featuring more than 75 board games to enjoy and a friendly competition. This event brings the LGBTQ+ community together to interact with others they may have not met before.
I enjoy Games Night because it allows members of the LGBTQ+ community to come and hang out while having a great time.
From old favorites like Scrabble, Monopoly, and Yahtzee, to new upcomers like Ticket to Ride, Pandemic, and Exploding Kittens, there's a game and place for everyone every Thursday night at the Windsor Sandwich Shop on Games Night. If you missed tonight's Games Night, you can check us out next Thursday from 6 to 9 at the Windsor Sandwich Shop. From MediaPlex News, I'm Chelsea Gerard.
It has been 100 years since the first Chinese organization was founded in Windsor, Essex. A celebration was held in Windsor involving 3 different Chinese communities. Reporter Shirley Fang brings us the details.
100 years of Windsor Chinese community is celebrating right now.
The event is combined with historical exhibits, art demonstrations, Chinese calligraphy, and brush painting, as well as tea ceremony. The live performance include light dancing, a kung fu demonstration, folk dancing, Chinese costume parade, Chinese songs, and a musical recital with traditional Chinese instruments.
This is a good event to celebrate our heritages, our culture in the city for the past 100 years.
Stephen Trey believes Chinese Canadians have accomplished a lot in Windsor.
The earlier settlement of Chinese here, they generally do laundry, food services, restaurant, things like that. But in the last 50 years, a lot of Chinese people take up professional jobs.
The Chinese Benevolent Association is the first Chinese community in Windsor. Essex County Chinese Canadian Association mainly serves the Cantonese-speaking population, while the Chinese Association of Greater Windsor serves mostly Mandarin speakers. Today, more than 10,000 Chinese Canadians live in Windsor, working in the healthcare, engineering, and business sectors. Reporting for MediaPlex News, I'm Maru Fong.
People from all over Windsor gathered at the St. Clair College Center for the Arts to taste the best soups available. Reporter Yona Yota was there.
Volunteer sponsors and a lot of people from Windsor came to this event, Soup of the Kitchen, to taste more than 40 different kind of soups from different kind of restaurants. Soup of the Kitchen, at its 32nd edition, is an annual event, and Susan Roberts is one of the volunteers who was there for her 4th time.
We have a great turnout every year with all the people trying out all of the different soups that are available from all the different vendors that volunteer their soup to our soup kitchen.
Radu Bogdanel is one of the main sponsors for this event, and he is here for his 2nd year.
We're happy to be one of the sponsors for this great event. We're also happy to see so many people coming out to support this great cause. Also to see so many restaurants donate their time, donate their finances. It's a great turnover, and hopefully it's going to turn out really good.
Haley Kirk McLean, the Heart and Stroke Foundation manager, is pleased about this event as a lot of people come every year and they have a great time.
We're very blessed that it's been able to last 32 years. It's a great event. A lot of people come out. It's very well anticipated, and all the money goes to support the research of the foundation.
So all the money they raised for this from this charity event go directly to the Heart and Stroke Foundation, and this year they managed to collect more than $11,500.
Travel is the theme in Christina Chibani's Money Minute.
Traveling on a budget is the new trend, because let's face it, we all like to travel and save money at the same time. I'm Christina Chibani, and on today's Money Minute, I will be giving you guys some tips on how to save on your next vacation. Summer's coming, and that means more free time to get out in the world and explore. So why not do it on a budget? First, fly with a cheap airline, but make sure you've checked all airlines for prices. I usually like to fly with Spirit because they always have the lowest fares. Second, when booking a hotel, it is always cheaper to book it with the flight. I also like to check for coupons online because 9 out of 10, you can find coupons online. Third, it is always fun to travel with more people because that way you guys can split on the cost of the hotel, car rentals, and food. You want to make sure that everything is booked within a month before you leave. During this time, it is usually cheaper. So next time you plan a trip, do not forget these easy steps and have a safe travel.
Students are looking for new advancements to protect our planet's natural resources. A group of researchers from the University of Windsor may have found answer in the lithium batteries. One of the students came at MediaPlex to share their progress.
Good morning, Mr. Lee. I heard you that you are doing some research in the new resources. And what is your research about?
My research is about the unknown materials of lithium-ion battery, which can be used on the automobile industry.
Okay, and how do you think why it is important for the society or?
Because I think in the next 16 or 15 years, the petroleum source will be consumed totally. So we have to look for a new power source to replace the gasoline power source which was used now. Yeah.
Okay, and what it will be used in the future?
I hope our technology of anode materials of lithium-ion battery can be used in the automobile industry, like electrical car. Yes.
It's time for a weekly roundup of local, national and international sports news with Cody Rusan. Cody?
Thank you. This is your Plex Sports Update. I'm Cody Rusan, and Kyle Rose, of course, not here again, but he will be back next week. This absence is not going to be forever, of course. But he usually does basketball. I'm going to try to do basketball like I have last week, but I'm not the best at it. So here we go. Toronto Raptors, they're coming off a loss just this past Saturday to the Boston Celtics, number 2 in their conference. Tonight they're going to look to get back on their winning ways against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, tomorrow night, they do have a chance at redemption with their Saturday game against the Boston Celtics, so that's a good opportunity for the Raptors. And with the season coming to a close, they're hoping to build a little bit of momentum, and they don't want to look as tired as they have these past couple of nights. Moving on with other news in Toronto sports, the Toronto Maple Leafs, of course, 2 games left in their season, and they've got games remaining against the New Jersey Devils and the Montreal Canadiens. Now, the New Jersey Devils are in 8th, but they're not too comfortable. Florida does sit 5 points behind them, and it's looking like Toronto and Tampa Bay may play in that first round, but who knows? Tampa could overtake Boston. We don't really know right now, but it's going to be good. A lot of contests going up. That's all from me. I'm going to send it back to you. Thank you very much.
The LaSalle Vipers celebrated their 2017-2018 season by giving recognition to their best players. Caitlin Kenny has the story.
On March 28th, the LaSalle Vipers came together at the Walkerville Brewery for an annual get-together to celebrate the 2017-18 season. 11 players received awards for their dedication, including Manny Severio, who received the MVP award and had a stat total of 60 points on the GoJHL website. Team captain Eric Kirby was also given the Vipers Pillar Award. They will both be graduating this year.
It's definitely an honor. It's been a lot of fun for the last 4 years playing for this team. It's a privilege to get to put on the Viper jersey every Wednesday night, that's for sure.
The LaSalle Vipers has a record of 32, 16, and 2. There were several challenges this year with 14 new players and a new coaching staff, but Coach John Nelson says it was a successful season.
We finished 3rd place. We were quite happy with that, and but we lost out in the first round of the playoffs. But overall, we thought we had an excellent year. I think we've established ourselves as our new identity with our players. We have a lot of returning players coming back, so we feel like we're set up well for the future.
He also said he hopes to have a successful season next year while establishing new systems with the players. From MediaPlex News, I'm Caitlin Kenny.
Windsor Essex Trans Support had a celebration on Saturday and have more to look forward to by the end of this month. Windsor's trans community has drawn people from all over because of the support the organization offers. Reporter Alyssa Harbin has the story.
Windsor celebrated its first Transgender Day of Visibility on March 31st with a coffee house and open mic night. This day has been recognized by the trans community internationally since 2010. Although just recently formed as a non-profit organization in Windsor, members of We Trans Support believe the trans community is stronger in this area than anywhere in Southern Ontario.
You know, it's really Windsor is the only place like in this area. I think you would have to go like to the GTA to find something similar. I think that's why it's so unique what We Trans is and does for this community. So it's not just a Windsor thing, it's a regional thing for this whole area.
Nick Cook has been a member of We Trans for about 3 months. He hasn't had the most positive experiences in Windsor and says the area is not very LGBTQ friendly. But he still chooses to make Windsor his home because of the support We Trans offers.
My most positive experiences and reasons for staying in Windsor is coming here and connecting with other trans people for actually the first time.
It's just about creating community and a safe space for us to get together and, you know, and relate with each other.
We Trans hopes to keep growing their community by moving into their own building right here at the end of April. For MediaPlex News, I'm Alyssa Horobin.
Holy Names raised the most money out of any high school for the Spread the Net. Canadian icon Rick Mercer visited the school to film his segment. For the last episode of Mercer Report, Grace Bauer has more.
Students, teachers, and guests gathered in the gym at Holy Names Catholic School for a rally. But what made this gathering so unique was the special guest, who happened to be one of Canada's most famous icons.
Today, we have the privilege of welcoming the greatest Canadian icon, who is the reason that we have been motivated to put forth so much effort towards a cause not many of us are familiar with.
Rick Mercer's show, The Rick Mercer Report, has been running for over 14 years. After so many successful years, CBC is recording its final episode, making this one of the last schools he ever visited. Mercer has a segment on the show called the Spread the Net Challenge, where high schools earn money for insect nets to help countries suffering from malaria. Holy Names raised over $2,500 for the cause and are still continuing to raise funds. Gabby Bodica and Angela Hormes were the student masterminds behind the project.
And we're still collecting money, and the money goes towards bed nets for malaria, to help prevent malaria, which is the #1 cause of death in kids under 5 in Africa.
This morning, actually, we had everyone bringing in donations of their choice to give to Rick before he leaves their school. So we're still raising till the last minute, pretty much.
In the end, Mercer said he wants to spread awareness of this terrible disease plaguing many countries and hopes that this segment on his show will do just that. For MediaPlex News, I'm Grace Bauer.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Simar Kalr and you've been watching MediaPlex News Now.
MediaPlex News Now is a production of the St. Clair College Journalism Program.